Have you ever gone to a job interview feeling super confident, like, oh, I have this in the bag, but you leave actually really confused, feeling like the whole interview was a joke? Because that's exactly what happened to me when I was a teenager and I applied for a hostess position at this very fancy restaurant. And what the manager said to me has lived rent free in my brain for years, and I am still shooketh as an adult at what was said to me. So I dressed up professionally, put on makeup, did my hair, did all the interview things. I meet the manager. The vibe at the very beginning felt very off, but I'm like, I'm just overlooking it. I'm going to push through it. I'm going to get this interview. I'm going to get this job. We sit down for the interview and it starts off pretty normal. He's asking me pretty normal interview questions. He's looking over my resume. He compliments the fact that I have a solid work experience. Then he pauses and he looks at me and he's like, oh, and you have a pretty face. And then he tells me, thank you for your interest in applying for this position, but I just don't think you're fit for the position. What? Keep in mind, I am not a stick figure. I am a girl with some fluff, okay? So I politely asked him, like, could you tell me why? Because I am someone that likes criticism. I will work on what you tell me that I need to work on. The way this man looked at me told me everything that I needed to know. He looked at me and said that I didn't have the qualifications and then is looking at me up and down, okay? Right then in that moment, I knew with the pretty face comment and the way that this hole was looking at me was because of my weight. He did not hire me because of my weight. So I stood up, looked him directly in the eyes and said, thank you for your time, but I don't think that I want to work here anyways. Got up, walked out, and I am so glad that I did that because just thinking back on it, I wonder how many other people he did that to. It was almost like he was interviewing people that were his type, and if you didn't meet the criteria of what he was attracted to, you were not going to get in that job. And obviously, he did not like the fluff and the puff. But guess what? I want to see where he's at in life because he can't be far. If you've had an interview that was similar to this or something crazy like this, put it in the comments down below because I am super curious because I have never experienced this before. This was the first and the last time that I ever had this kind of experience.